How's it going, YouTube? It is Daiki or Daiki Style Gaming, and I am back at it with some brand new Anthem news and info for you all today. We got so much to talk about in this video today. Some demo information, some in-game information, some Javelin poll information, some Storm, some new photos, and so much more. So I'm not even going to waste any more of your guys' time. Let's hop straight into this video and start it off with probably the most important part of this video, which is the demo details. Actually, before I hop straight into the demo information, I do want to mention that there will be a brand new developers live stream on January the 17th, which is this Thursday at 3 p.m. Central Time on the official Anthem game Twitch. Like always, I will be hosting it on my Twitch, so if you want to stop by my Twitch, again, link is in the video description. You can stop by, we chatted up there, so you don't gotta filter through all of the Anthem game Twitch chat to find our comments. But now that we have the live stream details out of the way, now we can hop into the demo details. So the man himself, Mike Gamble, has been posting a bunch of demo details on his Twitter, and I'm gonna break down some of the ones, or the most important ones, that he tweeted about. First thing being when we can actually download the demo, which is actually a bit earlier than normal. We'll be able to download the demo on January 23rd, which is 2 days before the demo drops, just so that we can have it preloaded on our system for when the demo actually drops for those VIP access players. The next bit of info that we got from Mike Gamble was when the demo would launch. Well, the time that it would launch at least. And that is going to be at 11 a.m. CST on the 25th of January. So again, for anybody who has access to the VIP demo, meaning you pre-ordered, you can preload the demo onto your platform or system of choice 2 days early on the 23rd of January. But the demo itself won't actually be playable until 11 a.m. CST on the 25th of January. And I will leave conversion times in the video description if you guys want to know what time zone that actually is going to be for you. Now, the next bit of details that we got from Mike Gamble, we're talking about the cosmetics in the demo. First thing that was said was that we would have a lot of access to a lot of cosmetics in the demo when it launches, which I personally cannot wait for, and I feel like a lot of people are going to enjoy that in game. Also, he did say that all progression in the demo will be easier than normal because they want to try and make players experience a bit more of the demo. So even if you're leveling up faster than normal, that's not how it's going to be in the base game. Also, he did say that every player will get 100 coins for the demo to spend on cosmetics, and you'll still be able to unlock coins while playing the demo as well. And then the next bit of cosmetic information that we got from Mike Gamble was him saying that all cosmetics in the demo will cost 25 coins. Now, he said this is definitely not going to be the case for the full game, but in order for us to buy and pick up as many cosmetics as we want, it's going to be cheaper than normal, so definitely take advantage of that and pimp out your Javelin as much as you want during the demo. And then the last bit of information regarding the demo was about farming in game, and according to the devs, you will be able to farm a bunch of different gear attachments and parts as well in order to get higher gear level and power in the game, along with there being multiple difficulties for you in the game for you to truly test out your gear. So that's pretty much most of the demo information that we got this past week coming from Mike Gamble and the devs. So be on the lookout for your emails or your platform of choice on January 23rd to be able to pre-download the demo onto your platform, and then be ready to play at 11 a.m. CST on the 25th of January. But now that we got all of the demo details out of the way, let's hop into some more news that we got this past week. First being a poll from Mike Gamble as well, asking who is everybody's main Javelin. So the poll consisted of all four of the Javelins, of course, the Ranger, Interceptor, Storm, and Colossus. Now let's start with who came at the lowest on that poll. That being the Interceptor at 20%, and then it was the Ranger at 23%, then the Colossus at 26%, and then coming in at first, which should be no surprise to anybody because we all know about that Storm Master Race, but Storm came in first with 31%. Now, it wasn't the biggest poll, but according to the Twitter, it did say that over 3,800 people did participate in this poll, and Storm came out on top pretty much much, with surprisingly the Interceptor being at the lowest. But hey, maybe people's ideas of which Javelin they want to main will change come the release of the demo. But let's be real, let's keep that Storm Master Race on top. Also, while we're on the topic of Storm, apparently the devs have been giving the Storm a lot of love this past week. We got a bunch of different looks at the Storm from 2 different devs. We got a pretty badass blacked out Storm look from one of the devs, which I definitely dig. And then we got a N7 Storm look using one of the vinyls in the game. And this actually makes 3 of the 4 Javelins that have now been shown off in the N7 vinyl in game. The Storm, the Ranger, and the Interceptor. No love for the Colossus, but don't worry Colossus fans, I got you. Here's a new image of a Colossus as well. Boom, there you go, now everybody's happy. Now these next couple tweets came from Ben Irving and were pretty interesting to say the least. This first tweet is actually really surprising that this isn't going to be in the game, but they were asked if we'd be able to inspect players in the game, and according to Ben Irving, no, currently not at launch, but that does seem like something that they want to be able to put in the game later. Though I will say that is a bit puzzling to me because most looter shooters definitely have an inspect feature in their game, so to see that Anthem won't have it at launch is a bit strange, but hopefully it does come in the game later on. And by later on, I mean as soon as possible, personally, because being able to inspect players is also how players get to see which gear other players are rocking, knowing what items they should grind for, then it's like boom, this is what I should farm for, this is the item I should build, and so on. Without having to try to message the person who you're inspecting just to find out all of the different gear that the player is rocking. So again, I personally hope this feature comes as soon as possible. Next tweet was pretty funny to me. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of just laughed for a while on Twitter, but when asked if the Colossus would have a sword in the game, Ben Irving pretty much just said, no. He didn't give a reason, he didn't defend it, he just said no. So I personally thought that was pretty funny, but sorry all you thick boy fans, it doesn't look like the Colossus will be getting a sword in the game. Now this next tweet from Ben Irving is pretty interesting, because it kind of contradicts a question that we got answered a couple months back, and if this is in fact true, that pretty much makes the Legion of Dawn armor even more rare. So essentially when asked about gear sets and gear stat perks, Ben Irving said that there are currently no gear set pieces at launch. Which again is pretty strange because a couple months back one of the devs did confirm in one of my older news videos that there would be gear sets in the game. But according to Ben Irving, there's no gear sets at launch. So looks like outside of the Legion of Dawn, which is clearly a full armor set, doesn't look like there's going to be any other gear sets in the game. Which isn't like a deal breaker because as long as all the gear that you could get in the game is still pretty badass, I could care less if they all look uniform because you could customize it however you'd like. But again, that pretty much makes the Legion of Dawn armor even more rare, being the only gear set in the game at launch. Now let's get into the juiciest part of this video and the part that I am most excited about, which is some in-game content. So this past week we did get a couple of new tidbits on in-game content for Anthem, including a mysterious activity that we have yet to see. So when Ben Irving was asked about some of the hardest things to do in Anthem, he replied, at launch, strongholds and legendary contracts. After launch, you will see soon enough. So clearly there's some more in-game content that is being hidden. Now we already know about raids in the game, so he could have mentioned that, but there's also the Shaper Storms that have only ever been shown off in the 2017 trailer. Outside of that trailer, we have seen nothing on the Shaper Storms, which I do assume to be an in-game public event or something that is triggered by the devs in-game. Then of course we already know about strongholds, and then he also mentioned that there would be legendary contracts. Now, what are legendary contracts, you might be asking? Well, Mike Gamble has you covered because he answered that for us. According to Mike Gamble, legendary contracts are repeatable dynamic in-game content which takes you out into the world to satisfy certain objectives. They are hella difficult, and normal contracts or non-legendary contracts are given to you earlier as an attempt to train you. So currently we still don't even know what fully these contracts will enlist us to do, but again, it's another in-game activity. So let's currently see what all there'll be for us to do after we finish the critical path of the game, or the story mode. So we'll have strongholds, legendary contracts, shaper storms, whatever those may be, potentially something else in terms of in-game content that we have yet to see. Free play will have farming, codex entries, hidden quests in the games, which the devs have confirmed will be able to farm blueprints, farm resources, and potentially more. And then also we will have a raid, but according to the devs it won't be at launch. So there definitely seems to be a lot to keep us busy after we complete the main story in Anthem, which personally is always a good thing and will always keep players coming back. So I'm definitely glad to see that we'll have a bunch to do. So that's pretty much all I got for this news video today. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you all enjoyed it. Also, with the demo getting ready to come out next week, let me know in the comment section what platform you all are going to be playing the demo on, and if you're on PS4, leave your PSN in the comment section because I'll be adding some of you to play the demo with when it drops. Also, be sure to check the video description for the times for when the demo is going to launch in your region, and if you haven't already, go follow me on all of my social media accounts. Again, links are in the video description. So thanks for watching. I will catch you all on the next one. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the subs. Peace.